Hey guys, in this video let's create our first Azure cache for Redis. So we will create it in Azure portal. Then we will have a look at this cache created. Now guys, there are a few additional things which we will discuss in our upcoming videos, such as private endpoint versus public access, then virtual network for Azure cache for Redis. So basically we can put or we can add our Azure cache for Redis in virtual network. So as of now you can simply ignore these things. And then in our next video we will create a simple ASP.NET Core Web API project to use this Azure cache for Redis. So guys, we are in Azure portal and we are creating this instance, that is Azure cache for Redis. And now here let's click on this create and then this Azure cache for Redis. Let's select resource group. Now guys, let's give name to our Azure cache for Redis. Our first Azure Redis cache. So guys, you have to make sure that this name is unique. Okay. And then we have to select the region, that is location. So I will keep Australia Central. Now guys, this is important. So basically we have to select cache SKU and cache size. So SKU, it can be standard or premium. So guys, basically for small or mid-size applications we can select SKU standard, but for big or enterprise level applications we should select the SKU as premium. Okay. And then we have to select the cache size as well. So depending on our requirement we can select the cache size. So for example, if you see, we have these different options. And now guys, as you can guess, the price of our cache, it depends on these two things, that is SKU and this cache size. So as of now for this demo I will select the standard and then cache size as C0, that is 250 MB. Now let's say next. So again guys, as of now simply ignore what is this private endpoint, and as of now let's select this option, that is public endpoint. That means we can connect to our cache from public network. Okay. And one more thing, can you see this virtual network injection? So basically again we can put our cache in virtual network, but it is supported only in premium SKU. So again, as of now let's simply ignore it and we will see it in our upcoming videos. Now I will say next, review plus create and create. So guys, it will take a few minutes for this cache to get created. So I will pause my video. So guys, our Azure cache for Redis has been created, and let's say go to resource. So guys, we are under overview, and the first thing, observe this host name, and this is always going to be unique. And now on the left hand side under settings, let's say authentication. So guys, basically there are two ways to connect to this Azure cache for Redis. The first one is Microsoft Enter Authentication, and then the second is access keys. So access keys is nothing but connection string, and Microsoft recommends that we should use Microsoft Enter Authentication instead of access keys. And guys, if you see, by default this access keys authentication has been disabled. So as of now let's simply enable it. So I will untick this checkbox and I will say save and yes. So we have enabled access keys authentication. So guys, don't worry, even if you are not getting at this point, we will anyway cover both these, that is access keys authentication and then Microsoft Enter Authentication in detail in our upcoming videos. Okay. But as of now let's remember that we have enabled this access keys authentication, that is connection string authentication, and here can you see this primary connection string? I will say show, and we can connect to this Azure cache for Redis using this connection string. Then again on the left hand side, can you see this scale? So basically from here we can scale up our Azure cache for Redis. In simple words, we can increase the capacity of this Azure cache for Redis. And then let's go down. And again, Azure provides us this geo replication feature. So basically it is used in case of disaster recovery. That is, let's say our primary region where we have hosted our Azure cache Redis, it goes down. So in that case, we can use this geo replication. And then we have this virtual network. And again, it is supported only in premium tier. And we will see it in action in our upcoming videos. And then finally we have this private endpoint. So if you remember, when we created this Azure cache for Redis, we enabled public network access. But in case if we create private endpoint over here, that means in that case we will not be able to connect to this Azure cache for Redis from our local laptop, that is from public internet. So as of now, again, we have not created private endpoint, but again we will create and discuss private endpoint in our upcoming videos. So that's it guys, and then in our next video let's connect to this Azure cache for Redis from our .NET code.